Good morning to all my wonderful viewers out there. Welcome back to another episode of Sneaker Talk, where we talk about the latest sneaker releases, sneaker news, and just sneakers in general. In today's episode, we have to talk about an upcoming retro of a very exclusive Air Jordan 1 that released in the early 2000s. What retro are we going to be talking about specifically? Well, we're going to be discussing all the release details, having a look at all the official images, and of course going over my thoughts and opinions on the Air Jordan 1 CO.JP Metallic Silver 2020 Retro. Okay guys, so we have to have a little bit of a sneaker history lesson before we cover this upcoming release. So, back on January 1st, 2001, Japan got an exclusive release of an Air Jordan 1 colorway that has been dubbed the Metallic Silver colorway. Now, this release was a part of a regular trend back in the early 2000s on giving Japan exclusive Nike releases. Now, this Air Jordan 1 in particular only got 2001 pairs to obviously commemorate the idea that it's releasing on the 1st of January 2001. So it was super exclusive, super hard to get. And that was the common trend for all these early 2000s releases of sneakers that Japan exclusively got. It was very hard to come by, and they were done in very small numbers. And you could almost argue that that trend of doing sneaker releases so exclusively has kind of set the tone for how sneaker releases are today. Now, a lot of recent sneaker releases in 2020 and the past couple years have been inspired by those releases in the early 2000s, those Japanese exclusive ones. Example, recently, the Kith Air Force 1 that released to commemorate Kith's first opening of a flagship store in Tokyo was a Japan exclusive Air Force 1. Ronnie Feig talked about how he would always try and hustle and get the exclusive Japanese pairs that released in the early 2000s with, from what I've heard, no luck. I mean, understandably, if there's only 2001 pairs, for an example, like they did with this Air Jordan 1 Metallic Silver, I could imagine that you would find it very difficult to pick up any of these Japan exclusives that released in the early 2000s. Now, the reason that we had to go over the, the exclusivityness, why Japan, what these are, why Japan is getting exclusive releases and stuff like that, is because now, in 2020, 19 years later, the world is finally getting a retro of that pair of sneakers. Yes, guys, in today's video, we're going to be covering the upcoming release of the retro of those 2001 Air Jordan 1 Metallic Silvers. Now, these will still be quite limited, but actually in 2020, we got 2 releases of these Metallic Silvers as a retro. So kinda confusing. So what happened is, in late July, in Japan, they got an exclusive release of, I think it's 2000 pairs, or again 2001 pairs, to obviously mimic how it was back in 2001, of this colorway, but it was done in an exclusive metal suitcase box. Now, the second release, the release that we're going to primarily be covering today, is the general release. It's the pleb release. It's the one that we're gonna easily have accessed. It's gonna be easily accessible for us. So yeah, I know, sorry guys, we will still cover the details to do with the exclusive 2020 Japan retro of those 2001 Air Jordan 1s. We'll cover what the box looked like and stuff like that, but we'll also primarily be talking about the release details for the pleb general release one that's coming out very soon. Now, if you guys want me to keep covering upcoming Jordan 1 releases, upcoming Nike releases, don't forget to leave a big old like on this video, a comment in the comment section down below, and a subscribe to the channel. We hit 2,500 subscribers in August this month. We are aiming for 2,550 subs by the end of August. It's like 20-ish subs. So, fellas, tell your friends, tell your family, get them to subscribe today, because we are so close to that milestone. We can hit it. I think with your continuous support, guys, we can hit 2,550 subs by the end of August. But let's press on. So, what we'll do is we'll head on over to a HYPEBEAST article. We'll cover the Japan exclusive release in the metal suitcase box. That was the one that got 2,000 pairs, obviously to mimic how it was back in 2001. We'll also cover the release details to do with the general release as well for you guys. So let's head on over to that HYPEBEAST article and cover both releases of this Air Jordan 1 CO.JP metallic silver colorway. And here they are. Here is the 2020 retro of the 2001 Japan exclusive metallic silver Air Jordan 1s. Pretty crazy stuff. Lots of different grays and metallic silvers and stuff used on this shoe. Very, very nice. What we'll do is we'll dive into this big article where it'll cover all the release details of the exclusive pair. So the pair that came in this metal box here. And then I'll also dive into the release details of the general release pair, which obviously will not come in a metallic box here. It'll just come in a regular box. That's the general release there. There is also some subtle differences and details between the metallic silver suitcase release and the general release. From what I know, the metallic suitcase release has one of 2,000 pairs written on side the tongue, while the general release will have 2001 to 2020 to highlight the fact that it's been 19 years since the world actually got a release of them instead of Japan exclusively just getting them there. So there is little differences, but apart from that, the rest of the shoe is the same. They've only changed the inside of the tongue there to really separate which ones are the suitcase release, which is the Japan exclusive release, and which one is the general release, which the whole world can have access to. So what we'll do is we'll now just dive into those release details there, and then I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on how they handled the release and which release I think I like the most. So official look at Air Jordan 1 CO.JP metallic silver, complete with its Japan exclusive metal briefcase. When the Air Jordan 1 CO.JP metallic silver was announced as part of Jordan Brand's fall 2020 retro collection, it sent Air Jordan 1 lovers into a veritable flurry of excitement. Originally released in 2001 as part of a 4-shoe Japan edition pack that also contained black, midnight navy, and white midnight navy colorways, the metallic silver was one of the first 4 non-OG Air Jordan 1s to be brought to the market. Each Japan edition colorway was limited to Japan doors and made in small batches. Black, white, and navy pairs were kept to 3,000 each, while the metallic silver set itself to a scant 2,001 pairs, obviously because it came out in 2001. Now, ahead of its anticipated return, we've been provided with an official look of the silver suede sneaker. Metallic silver leathers provide the shoe with its signature shade and moniker alike, appearing on the toe box, swooshes, heels, and collar flap. It's surrounded by a soft grey nubuck on the quarter panels, eye stays, and mud guards, and collar, while the tongue opts for a grey tumbled leather. So there's 3 different materials here. For the tongue, we have a tumbled leather. For the mud guard and basically the side panels, we have a nubuck suede, very much like the Air Jordan 5s, that material there. And then on some of the other details, we have a very flashy, very, very in your face metallic silver leather material there. So 3 lots of materials. It's kind of crazy that they went that far to do that. An original jeweled ball and wings logo graces the lateral collar flap, while the tongue provides the only discrepancy from the original pair, equipping a Nike Air logo in place of the traditional Jumpman. So the original 2001 pair had a embroidered Jumpman on the tongue. With the 2020 pair, they've gone with a bit of that OG goodness there and put Nike Air on the tongue, which if you guys know me, I'm a huge fan of Jordan Brand releasing their retros in the exact same branding as how they were when they first originally released. Do I care a lot that they did a dual ball and wings logo? Not really. I'm just happy that the ball and wings logo appears there. That's all I really need. That's all I really need. I'm not hugely fussed by how they do it. Now, inside the tongue, a patch reads 1 of 2020, a nod to the OG pair's numbered nature. Insoles boast a COJP spellout with the white midsole and grey outsoles rounding off the look. The pairs that release in Japan will also be packaged in a special silver suitcase, each of which is individually numbered. Okay, so the shoes themselves aren't individually numbered. The shoes will just have 1 of 2020 on the inside of the tongue, but it's the case, the package itself, that will be numbered. There you go. I was wrong, but it still had some of the numbered details there. The Air Jordan 1 CO.JP metallic silver will release on Nike Sneakers Japan July 25th and is priced at 26,400 Japanese yen, approximately 246 USD. So I'll round that up to 250 USD. A global release will follow in the coming weeks. So the global release is the general release. That release will be happening on August 13th. For the regular retail price of $170 US. It is releasing worldwide by the looks of it. It's appeared on the Sneakers Australia page. I assume it's on the Sneakers US page and the Sneakers Europe page. I assume they're all there. But yeah, we are getting the general release on August 13th. That will come in a regular box. It will have 2001 to 2020 from what I know, obviously to highlight the fact that it's been 19 years since it's been retroed. But as we just discussed here, the Japan exclusive 2020 release came in a metallic silver briefcase and was numbered. Very, very limited there. That one released at around 250 USD. That would have been an absolute cop, but unfortunately you can only pick it up if you live in Japan, guys. So that cuts out like 99% of the world there. But I want to hear from you guys just quite quickly. Do you prefer the Japanese release at 250 USD? Or do you prefer just a nice little general release at the regular 170? You know, you're not super fast about getting a numbered metal briefcase with your Air Jordan 1s. You kind of just want the colorway and love the colorway. I want to hear from you guys. Out of the two, I mean, I want the briefcase. I want my Air Jordans to come in like a big metal briefcase, dude. That would be sick. But I mean, look, if it's a Japan exclusive, I am going to go on a limb here and say that they didn't release it in a size 16 or 17. I'm just going to assume that. Maybe the general release will get a release in the size US 16 or 17. I wouldn't be looking to pick up the general release that is releasing on August 13th, 2020 for 170 USD. Just because, well, I don't know, these days I'm mainly after OG colorways and just really versatile colorways. This silver, as lovely as this colorway is, I don't think I would find a lot of use in my wardrobe for it. I can see a lot of people out there with their aesthetics wearing these and loving these, but I just don't think I would get a lot of wear out of them. But what we'll do now is we'll just dive into a final little look of the colorway, and I'll give you my final thoughts and opinions on that, and we'll round it off there. So here they are. Now remember, the difference between the general release and the Japanese exclusive, you can't see it on the exterior. It's just a different box. The Japanese exclusive that released on July 25th came in a metal suitcase, while the general release that's getting a release date of August 13th for 170 US, it's just getting it in a normal box. The shoe itself is exactly the same except for the tongue. So from what we read in the article, it looks like the shoe has a numbered, the Japanese exclusive. It looks like the shoe on the inside of the tongue is numbered, and it correlates with what number it is on the box, on the, on the suitcase. The normal general release looks to just have 2001 and 2020 to, obviously highlight the dates that the original pair came out and the retro pair came out. I think there is a photo of it in here. Yeah, there you go. So the general release ones will have 2001 and 2020 written on the actual shoes there. So that's the general release ones. The exclusive ones will have what number they are out of the 2020 pairs, and the suitcase metal box will also have that on it as well. That's how you tell the difference. But from the outside, from just looking at it, you're gonna have no idea. You're literally gonna have no idea. I can't imagine the lengths to which people will go for to pick up the Japanese exclusive ones in the metal suitcase and then wear it, and the amount of people will just be like, oh, they released this weekend, I've got a pair as well. And all the Japanese exclusive guys, a tear will just come out of their eyes, man. I mean, it's kind of tragic. If you really go to all those lengths to pick up the Japanese exclusive one, from the exterior, nobody's gonna know the difference. It doesn't say on, like, you know, on the outside, this is the Japanese exclusive one in text anywhere. So nobody's really gonna know. So you really have to weigh up if it's worth buying the Japanese exclusive one versus the retail one versus, you know, the general release one. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I mean, I would want the Japanese exclusive one just because, you know, that box. I mean, come on, who doesn't want like a metallic suitcase that they open up and their shoes are in it? That's just sick. But yeah, God, I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on it. But I mean, looking at this release, it's really, really solid. It's got a bunch of really good, like, you can see the nubuck suede there on the actual shoe. You can see that like metallic tumbled looking leather on the back panels here and on the swoosh, and you can see the tumbled leather on the tongue there. It looks super tumbled. I hope though, just speaking on this quite quickly, that the tongue is a really soft tumbled leather. Normally tumbled leather is, but you know, they could do something wacky and have like a really hard tumbled leather, which would be very uncommon. But I have had Jordan 1s with leather tongues before. I got the Jordan 1 lows with the Jordan 1 low OG pros. These ones here, they have a tumbled leather tongue. Now, the first couple times I wore them, the leather was super, super tough. It hurt the top of my feet. It blistered them, actually. After I wore them, it became really nice, really comfy, obviously. But you have to look out, because that can be really uncomfortable depending on how soft the leather is. Because obviously I'm used to Jordan 1s, and probably you guys are very used to Jordan 1s as well, that have nylon tongues. And honestly, I prefer it that way. It's a lot softer, a lot nicer. But yeah, you just got to look out for that. You got to look out for that with the leather tongue there. But yeah, this is a really solid release. The color is going to appeal to so many people. There's a lot of people that are wearing very minimalistic outfits these days, where they're just single colors, or it's just single color blocked pieces of clothing. So one color for the jacket, one color for the shirt, and it's really just about the colors working together. So I can see this sneaker working very, very well for those minimalistic outfits, because it's really got to focus on color and less so on the, you know, design or the graphic or anything like that. That seems to be a big trend in 2020. Very minimalistic outfits. Not for me though. I wear the most craziest jackets. That ain't my thing. I'm just gonna wear a bunch of crazy stuff. But yeah, no, I can see a lot of people gravitating towards this. For me, I wouldn't pick it up just because, I mean, it's nothing against the colorway. It's just that I can't see myself wearing all silver shoes anytime soon. And I mean, I've just got so many Jordan 1s, man. I've just got so many. I've got enough colorways to last me a lifetime. So unless this colorway is like really, really enticing, it won't pick me up. And I honestly don't even know if the general release is going to go up to a size 16 or 17. So even if I was interested in these, I doubt these ones, when they get the general release, are going to come in my size. I honestly doubt it, but I could be proven wrong. I could be proven wrong. It is a super solid release. I can see this being a big hit for a lot of people, but I want to hear from you guys if that's how you feel. Do you like this retro of the Japanese exclusive pairs that released in the early 2000s? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Are you going to pick up the general release when it releases on August 13th for $170 US? Or do you have a little bit of that cash to spend and you're going to go hunting for the Japanese exclusive ones? Honestly, props to you if you're going to go try and do that, because that's insane. Yeah, let me know all your thoughts and opinions on the Air Jordan 1 Metallic Silver Retro on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or as always, down in that comment section below. And that's it, guys. That is all the release details. That is all the official images. That is all my thoughts and opinions on the metallic silver Jordan 1s that are coming out on August 13th, 2020 for $170 US. Now, obviously the Japanese exclusive one, the metallic silver briefcase, is already released. You guys will have to hunt that down if you're willing to pick that up. And remember, that released in Japan. That didn't release worldwide, so good luck trying to find someone selling that cheap, because that thing is going to go for a lot of money. Like, that is going to be super, super pricey. But we covered all the details. I want to know how you feel about it now. Do you like Jordan Brand retroing exclusive Japan exclusives from the early 2000s? Do you think they should just leave them alone? Do you think they should retro other colorways? Let me know how you feel about it. How do you feel about the colorway in general though? Silver and grays, that might not be everyone's color palette. It's not really mine, which is why I'm not hugely interested in these. It's just not something that I would wear regularly, and I'm after colorways these days that I would wear a lot and work with a lot of outfits that I have. So this isn't something that really speaks to me a lot. But nothing against it. Nothing against the colorway. I don't hate it, anything like that. It's just that it's not for me. What I want to hear from you, is it for you? That's all I've really got to say about it, guys. So let me know all your thoughts and opinions on it down in that comment section below. And if you guys want me to keep covering upcoming Nike releases, upcoming Jordan Brand releases, upcoming sneaker releases in general, don't forget to leave a big old like on this video, comment in the comment section down below, and subscribe for the channel, as we are trying to aim for 2,550 subs by the end of August. We hit the milestone of 2,500. Hopefully with your guys' continuous support, because you guys are wonderful. We only need around like 20 subs. We can hit 2,550 by the end of August. But that's everything. That's everything that has to be said about these. Let me know how you feel about them in the comment section below. And until the next Nike release, until the next Jordan Brand release, until the next sneaker release in general, guys, I'll catch you later.